Hello guys and welcome back to Gracebmakeup YouTube channel. Thank you all so much for watching. So today I'm going to create this uber sexy, girly, cute little Valentine's look. So thank you all for tuning in and I hope you enjoy. So obviously it's all about being really hydrated, moisturised, glowy, whether it's for, your significant other or whether you're doing a little Zoom at Galentine's night. I love to just feel super smooth, silky, soft. So I'm going to start by mixing the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Barcelona and the True Match in the shade 6.5. And I like to just distribute it onto my skin first and then go and blend it out. I just feel like I get a nicer coverage and an even application. I don't know if it's psychological, but I definitely feel like I go heavier on the eye makeup and it overall looks heavier if I do my eyes first. And these foundations are really nice together as they have the full coverage from the NARS, but then also the glow, the extra glow from the L'Oreal. I'm going to start with the brow silk. Now you can do this before or after you've penciled your brows in, but I just like to sort of put them in place first and then I go in with my brow product. The reason why I like to do this before I've penciled my brows in is just so that I can really see like where I need it the most. Because we want this to be like flirty and fun and that bushy brow is really in, I don't want it to be too structured. And then using the eyebrow cushion in the shade medium, and it's wet, so all the product is like inside the sponge. You just dip your little angle brush into it. I'm using a mixture of the two shades here. So I like to just start where I need it the most really, which is underneath here. And in order to keep it like fluffy and more bushy looking, I won't create something as solid on the top. You need the tiniest bit of product for this, guys, like it's really full of pigment. So I'm going to use Iconic London's Sheer Blush. This is in the shade Power Pink. Now it can look bright at first, but they are sheer, so you can actually build them up as well. They look beautiful on the skin. I'm just using one of the Iconic London brushes and the hairs are so soft, like unbelievably soft. So I like to put it on the apples and the cheeks and then I just bring it back towards the ear. How easy does that blend out? Like I'm obsessed. Just with the excess, I'm just going to go over the tip of the nose. That just gives like a flushed appearance. So even though it's drying down now, you can see that it's still got a real sheen to it. And I feel like when it's just a sheen and it's not glitter, that's what gives you that sort of like ultimate glow from within. Arguably my favourite part of the whole makeup routine, bronzing. So I've got here the Iconic London bronzing powders and I will just show you. I've got two shades here. They do come in 6 different shades. So here I've got a cooler toned one, which is medium bronze, and a warmer one, which is warm bronze. So I'm going to use this to contour my nose and under my cheekbones, and I'm going to use this to warm up the face. So I'm just using a little brush shape like this from Iconic, and this just fits really nicely underneath the cheekbones and keep it quite neat to the ear, as I'm just adding more definition here. Grab a little brush and I just like to dip the very ends of the brush in just so that we don't go overboard, and you're going to bring this contour slightly further in than the actual edges of your nose, and then just grabbing that warm bronze shade and dipping a fluffy cheek brush in. They are really smooth and velvety to apply. They haven't got that super powdery look either. We're going for fresh and glowy, and I'm still getting glow through my cheeks, which is the most important part. So for the eyes, we're going to create a really gorgeous sort of like subtle pink glam. I'm using the Iconic Sunset to Sunrise palette. How satisfying is that? I'm going to grab tan lines first of all, which is this like subtle, soft, peachy pink. And I'm just going to start in the outer corner in circular motions and just bring it towards that inner corner. I want to keep all this centre, this inner corner of the eye really bright. Just to really make it pop, I'm going to add a tiny little bit of Tequila Sunrise. So just going to keep this in a really tight area to the eye. This are super nice on date night because they're contrasting to every eye colour. So if you've got brown eyes, blue eyes, green, hazel, it allows our natural eye colour to pop. I'm also just going to run that same Tequila Sunrise with the excess that's on the brush and just run it underneath, just in the outer third of my lower lash line. Just take it round the outer third. It gives you that open look still. Since we're on the pinky theme, I'm going to go in with the Iconic Illuminator in the shade Blush. Tiniest bit on a brush and just pop it on the centre of the eyelid, so pretty much from the inner corner up to where the matte shades are. And anything liquid on the eyes is so nice to add eyeshadow over the top too, so it's going to stick even more. I'm going to tap into Sandstorm, which is this shade here. It's important to set anything that's cream on your eye because we've all got creases there as our eyes open and close. You don't want it to get all separated. Now the eyes are complete. I'm just going to finish off with the Iconic London Triple Threat Mascara. And I think what's really nice about their products is that they're all vegan and cruelty free as well. So, you know, we're in 2021. There's no need to be harming any animals. And then a little tip that I like to do when I apply my lower lash line mascara is I just get my fingernail and just run it just over the tips of the lashes, back and forth, and all that does is it just removes anything that would have actually touched my skin throughout the night. There's something very Valentine-y about being able to sort of flutter your long lashes. I've always been a massive fan of Iconic London mascara. Like, I have curly lashes, but they never look that thick, and I feel like it just adds the right balance of thickness and long wispiness. Okay, and then as for lips, I'm going to use the same blush that I used on my cheeks, and I'm just going to add a tiny bit over my lips, and that'll just give me a really flushed look. And I'm going to just go over the top with the Out of Office, how cute is that name, Luster Lip Oil. So these are really hydrating. They've got hyaluronic acid in, vitamin C, and what I really like about them is they're so shiny, but they're not sticky. So I've opted for the colourless one, Out of Office, but I do think as well, if you wanted that extra pop of colour, She's a Peach would also be so cute. To finish, I'm just going to use the same blush Iconic Illuminator, and I'm just going to dab this on the high points of my cheeks, on the tip of my nose, and then with my finger I'm just going to pat that in, and then just take my foundation brush and smooth over the top. I'm going to grab this powder brush and a tiny bit of that Tan Lines shade that we use on the eyes, and this just adds the tiniest bit of colour over the top of that sheer blush, just to make it pop a tiny bit more. And then I'm going to finish off with the star of the show. This is the Prep Set and Glow in shade Original. It's light enough on the skin to not feel like it really weighs my makeup down, but you can see sort of like the glow that it gives. And I'm just going to go over my neck, chest and shoulders. Say no more. It completely speaks for itself. That is insane. So that is my Valentine's/Galentine's Day look completed. Obviously you could bougie this up with some lashes, but I'm going to leave it here, flirty and girly. And yeah, so thank you so much for everybody that watched. I appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea how much it means, and have a lovely Valentine's, whatever you get up to. Mwah. Bye guys.